My name's Jim Darragh, and I am the chief exec of a software business called TotalMobile. For my sins, or because I'm really lucky, I have been the chief exec of 5 different businesses now over the past, 13, 14 years. It spreads about, most of them, if not all of them, with either VC or private equity backing. So quite a lot of, I guess, built up experience, but I've been at TotalMobile now coming up on 7 years. So it's been a great journey. We've done some great things together as an organization, and we continue thankfully to grow and win new customers. In terms of TotalMobile as an entity and what we do, we're a field service management software business. So we build software that enables field service organizations, pretty big ones. We tend to veer towards the kind of large mid into the enterprise space. So some brand names like EDF, the HS2 rail link. We ran with the Office of National Statistics, the National Census in the field. Those kind of large and complex projects are where we come into our own, and hopefully we're known as an organization that delivers on those projects. We're backed. We're on our second round. I'm on the second round of private equity now with TotalMobile, and since 2020 we've been working with Bowmark Capital in London. They're a great bunch. We're very well suited to each other in terms of size and outlook and aspiration, so that's fantastic for us. And things have gone onwards. We're now approaching, in terms of size, kind of high 300s, 360, 370 in terms of staff headcount. We're probably tipping the balance at about 50 million pounds of revenue now. Pretty profitable. We're a 30% margin business at an EBITDA level. So all of those things are fantastic, and we maintain pretty good growth. And as part of that, we are headquartered in a lot of different locations. Actually, we've with PE backing, both the last round with Horizon Capital and this round with Bowmark Capital, we have acquired 7 businesses along the way, all very much for us a stick to the knitting story around field service management software. So things like rostering and lone worker solutions, the technologies that a field organization would naturally want to buy as we build up a platform that companies can invest in. So from that perspective, traditionally the company's headquartered in Belfast, but we've got big sites in Newbury, in Manchester, and in Birmingham. So we are pretty dispersed as an organization, although our focus is very much the domestic marketplace. Really, we're a UK and Ireland company. That's our focus in terms of delivering these complex enterprise solutions to organizations in those markets. In terms of working with DRAX and the opportunity we had over the past probably 12 months to work with DRAX, we've recruited 2 roles recently, and the guys have done a great job at helping us find people that would be right for us, and that was quite specific for us. So we've hired 2 members of the leadership team recently. We've hired a new CFO and a new COO, both now thankfully in the business, and making a difference to our business. And really, the brief that I went to DRAX with was probably not the easiest, because there's a reasonably long list of things we asked for. We needed people with private equity experience who had been through cycles in private equity. We needed people who had done bigger things probably than TotalMobile. Our growth trajectory says we need people who can help us to scale, and that was really one of the key components here. Clearly, we need the basic skills around the role and all of the different components, whether it be the CFO or the COO. But also important to me and some of the other members of the team, we wanted people who would fit with us culturally. And that's probably the hardest and most intangible thing, but I think the team at DRAX stood out because they got to know us. and they got to know us, not just me, they got to know the management team, they got to know how we operate, what kind of people we are, and what kind of people would make the best fit for us. And I think the combination of those things, so you've got the kind of skills and experiences, you've got the softer elements of fit with an organization. DRAX took a great deal of time to help us narrow down the search and find people who would really fit well into those categories from a TotalMobile perspective, and at the same time be an enabler for us to grow to the next level. And that next level will be size, obviously. We continue to grow at circa 20% per year, and we need to keep doing that. We need to keep acquiring, so we need people who know how that piece works. And it's likely at some point in the near to mid future that we look at broader shores, so internationalization of the business. So I was really looking for those skills and experiences as well, for people who could come and join us and help us enable that next part of the journey to happen. In terms of working with the team at DRAX, I found the communications really clear. We had regular and frequent checkpoints so we could see how the search was going. Clearly, we discussed candidates, and we got a realistic view and a good representation of how the DRAX team thought they would fit with us. And at the same time, they took a lot of the weight off us in terms of getting us down to a shortlist, but a really good shortlist. And there were a number of candidates who potentially could have fitted the bill, but ultimately they helped us hone it down to the two candidates, the CFO and the COO, who ultimately became part of our business pretty recently. So the experience has been great, and I would definitely work with DRAX again, given the opportunity to help grow that senior team. I've known of DRAX. I'm not sure. I don't think I'd ever actually worked with them prior to this process, but I've known of DRAX and of the people at DRAX, and I think they're pretty, as an organization, the go-to folks for the kind of jobs that I was certainly looking for. And they rang true from that perspective. They knew where all the candidates were. They knew and had a lot of experience of that, not just the market, but actually the people in it, and the long list of people we could probably go and look at. So I have no hesitation in saying I'd work with DRAX again, and they do a great job, because I think that's the experiences they have, that's the team that they have internally, and that's definitely the reputation that they also have.